Happy Easter. Actually, it's a couple of days before Easter, but I wanted to demo just a sample of what I'm doing so that you might have time to do this with children. And I say do it right on Easter Day while the adults are listening too. Yes, we're going to use some marshmallows. And you may have seen this before, but it's kind of like a good reminder to do it, okay? So I bought regular sized marshmallows. You can use the giant ones, just don't use the mini ones. And we have very simple ingredients for these, they're called resurrection rolls. Okay, but here's the idea, okay? Let me get all this out of the way. These are crescent rolls, and the idea is that you're kind of telling really what the true meaning of Easter Sunday is, okay? And we're gonna grab just a few of these. Like I said, I don't wanna do them all. I have another pack to do with my grandkids on Easter, but just to get the idea here, let me grab one off. So I'm grabbing one of the triangles, okay? And then I am gonna save all this because I know we're gonna do a lot of them. You might wanna stretch it out a little bit or use 1.5. You can cut them in squares. Here, this is how I cut them in squares. And that probably works better. Okay, you have the 2 triangles and then just cut them. Watch this. I cut my pizza like this sometimes and Thane thinks I'm funny. Works for me. So yeah, let's do squares. They'll work better because they're already the main shape. And then I just pinch that perforated seam so it's just kind of like this represents the grave cloth of Jesus. After he was crucified and they were going to put him in the tomb, they buried him. So this is the burial cloth that is represented, okay? And the marshmallow is pure and white and without spot of any kind, represents Jesus. And what they did was they wrapped him. They wrapped every part of him, his arms, every part. So what you demo is you wrap it up and wrap it up pretty good, okay? Like so. Just well, really, anyway. So I've wrapped my representation of the cloth and I'm pinching the edges closed, okay? And then what we do is they used oils, a lot of it back in the day, a lot of essential oils. And we're gonna dip the grave cloth because it was soaked in the oil, and that would be melted butter to represent that. I have parchment paper. So whoops, come here you. I'm going to put this on here, but first they used spices. They used myrrh and aloes and lots of different spices. They were probably in the essential oils too. I like a strong cinnamon sugar. I like mine pretty dark. You do you. But then you roll it around in the spices that they used back in the day before they put Jesus in the tomb, okay? Now, we're gonna bake it. We're gonna bake it at 350, and the oven represents the tomb, okay? So there you have it. Just crescent roll square, a white marshmallow, some butter, and some spices being cinnamon sugar. 350 for what, 9, 10, 11 minutes till it's brown and done, okay? And so I'll be back and I'm gonna show you what happens or what doesn't happen, okay? Let me turn this off. Be right back. Okay. I took them out of the tomb. I rolled away the rock and here they are. And you know, I get a little zealous with my cinnamon sugar, but they lift right off. They do. Look, yep, they lift right off. So let's cut one open. But you're not gonna tell the kids yet. Say, you know, let's see, because Jesus was in the tomb, but it's days later. So I like to cut it open. These are delicious, by the way. Okay. And then you can tell how when they rolled away the stone, Jesus was gone. Isn't that cool? And of course the marshmallow melted. But kids, especially younger kids, they need to hear this story. And like I said, do it when the adults are there too. So I hope you'll make resurrection rolls with a few simple ingredients. And Jesus is alive. I used to know a lot about Jesus growing up. I wasn't a church goer, neither was my family. But I knew what I thought about him, but now I know him. Vive la différence. And so that's the goal. All right. Happy Easter. I hope you have a very blessed day with your family and friends, and maybe a few neighbors that didn't have any place to go to. Okay. God bless.